Team North America, they're the defending champs, but they may not be the favorites in 2025. Bragging rights and a ton of money on the line as the fittest athletes on the planet battle on the beach. It's North America taking on the world as we kick off the 2025 TYR Cup.
The TYR Cup is back and Huntington Beach is ready. This September, it's North America versus the world in a 3-day team battle for fitness supremacy. Each squad comprises 8 hand-picked elite athletes, consisting of 4 men and 4 women, along with 2 captains. The formats, 6 unique styles, indie throwdowns, all hands requiring full team power, solo skill spotlights, and strategy-driven lineups. And it all comes down to the final captain's test. Every event win earns a point. Some events have standard targets to earn another. Tie it up, one final face-off decides it all. The prize? $160,000 for the winner, $40K for second, $10K for the MVP, and massive bragging rights. Whether you're competing, spectating, or vibing at the West Coast party, the TYR Cup returns September 19th to the 21st. That means it's almost time to settle the score. See you in Cali.
Beautiful Huntington Beach, California for the second straight year. It is home to TYR Wodapalooza SoCal, and the main attraction of that event is the all-star competition known as the TYR Cup. 16 of the fittest athletes on earth battling through 11 events over the next 3 days to determine which team will claim the championship and more than $160,000 in prize money. Thanks so much for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Chase Ingram, and Chase, it is very rare that we get to see this amount of talent in this type of competition.
Absolutely incredible. And what a setting. We've got the beach, we've got the pier, we've got the ocean. I got a lay. And we have 16 of some of the greatest CrossFit athletes out here on the competition floor going head-to-head.
Team North America against Team World. Let's start with Team North America. They have a lot of experience on this roster. They returned 5 athletes that won this competition last year. One of the new additions, we'll talk about her in a second, that's Olivia Kerstetter. But Pat Vellner and the rest of the crew here, they have a ton of experience from last year that they will rely on here in 2025.
They're absolutely going to need to, because on paper, Team North America is the underdog coming into the weekend here at the TYR Cup. A lot different story than we had last year in 2024.
You just mentioned Pat Vellner, but I mean, that guy has got to be a captain. There's no surprise that he is one of the leaders on this team.
Well, he's Mr. Consistent. What you get from Pat Vellner, you know what you're going to get, and you get it nearly every single time he steps on the competition floor. He's a team captain for a reason. You need someone who you can count on to do the right things at the right time, and that's Pat Vellner.
The captain on the women's side is Danielle Brandon, a bit of a wild card for this team.
A very big wild card. Now, this is her second year as the team captain for Team North America. But if Team North America wants to win this weekend, it's going to come down on Danielle Brandon's shoulders. She's one of the best athletes in the field just based off pure athleticism. She's an incredible talent when it comes to CrossFit, but we also know there's a different side to Danielle Brandon. Can she keep her composure on the competition floor? Because if she doesn't, that is not what Team North America needs if they want to try to beat Team World.
I mentioned Olivia Kerstetter. She's new to this competition, didn't compete here last year. She had that great finish at the CrossFit Games on the podium. She steps in for Alex Gazan, who is injured. She can't compete, but maybe a blessing in disguise for the North America team, because Olivia checks a box that was a weakness last year for North America.
And the weakness was strength, and she checks that off in the biggest way. When you think of what her biggest strength is, it's Olympic weightlifting and high-skill gymnastics, and she's got both in spades. So for Olivia Kerstetter to step into this competition floor for the first time, coming off her very first podium finish on the elite individual side, I'm really excited to see what Olivia brings to the table for Team North America.
Bella Martin is the 3rd member of our broadcast team, and she has more on Team North America. Bella?
Sean, Chase, I love that you guys are talking about the big personalities we have on Team North America. We also have the boys, and last year it was impressive that we have Jess Medeiros, 2-time fittest man, Dallin Pepper, and Jason Hopper. Now, Jason Hopper has the title of fittest man on earth. So you've got those 3 boys with some of the biggest personalities in the sport all coming together to compete on the same team. North America looks stronger than ever, and they might be able to pull it out for a 2-peat, guys.
Well, they're going to have their work cut out for them, because the world team, even though they only return half of their roster, they have gotten a lot better, and they put up a hell of a fight last year, only lost by 1 point, and like I said at the top of the show, they might be the favorites now.
A totally different story from last year to this year between Team North America and Team World. A lot of the times if you say you lost half of your roster, that's a detriment to the game in a team competition. That is not the case for Team World. They upgraded in a big way, and that is why on paper they're the favorites for the weekend.
Well, anytime you have Tia Toomey participating and as one of your captains, I mean, you could put her and me and 6 of my friends out there, and we're going to have a chance to win. Yeah,
absolutely. And all you got to do is, like, Tia, you do every single event for us. And she just might, and she had to do the same thing last year. What I see different from Tia, we've had a decade of dominance at the CrossFit Games. She has stepped into a mentorship role that maybe she hasn't had an opportunity or even the time to do so. And what we've seen with her at the Proven Camp, bringing up the younger athletes, gelling that Proven crew, and we saw their performance at the CrossFit Games. Half this team is basically in the Proven Camp and from Australia, so that's going to be a good step for Tia Toomey.
One of the newcomers for Team World and one of the team captains is Ricky Garrard, and if you had told anybody 8 years ago when he first came onto the scene that he would be here in 2025 as the captain of some of the best athletes in the world, I don't think anyone would have believed you.
At the top of that list, Sean, would be Ricky Garrard himself. Obviously, what happened in 2017, testing positive for PEDs, serving a 4-year ban, and basically banished from the sport in the community itself. This man has worked his way back, and he's earned his way back into the spotlight. And now, not only is he back in the spotlight, he's a team captain for Team World. A hell of a character arc for Ricky Garrard.
Roman Krennikov was supposed to be here last year. He was not because of an injury. He is back this year. You want to talk about adding slugging power to your lineup? Roman Krennikov brings that.
What you need on a team setting is you need to have one of those dogs out there that's willing to do the things that nobody wants to do. Usually that centers around an echo bike and maybe a runner. Roman Krennikov is the man for the job. Injured last year, couldn't compete. Now he's back, he's healthy, and he's hitting all strides coming into this weekend.
Let's bring Bella Martin back in for a report on the World team.
You guys are calling it the World team, but it's really more like Team Australia, led by Tia and Ricky. But what I love about this team specifically is there's been a battle over the last few years between Jay Crouch and Ricky Garrard and who the king of Oceania is. Now we're bringing them together on a team, but that's not even the coolest part. All of these athletes are training together at Proven in Nashville. A lot of times these competitors only see each other a couple of times. Team North America doesn't have that unity that these guys do have, training together day in, day out. So when it comes to team unity, team just bonding in general, they're going to play it out really strong with any of those team workouts this weekend.
Well, thanks, Bella. We're going to kick off competition here in just a little bit. We have 3 events under the lights tonight here at TYR Wodapalooza SoCal and the TYR Cup. We're going to start things off with Echo on Fran. We got a really fun event in the erg shoot, and then it's the Oli show. We're rolling out the heavy barbells to close things out here on Friday night. Before we send things to the opening ceremonies, give me one thing that each team needs to keep in mind to be successful here on day one.
For Team North America, you have to strategize your butt off to try to get wins maybe in those 50-50 events. You cannot afford not being on the good side of that coin flip in a specific event. So take some chances where you have some opportunities. For Team World, don't get outside your realm. On paper, they're the best team out here based off the athletes that they have. Don't try to do something you don't need to do. What you can't do is give it away. Yeah. Just run your race, set your pace, and you might walk out with a win by the end of the weekend.
It is going to be a lot of fun. 3 days, 11 events, and 2 really talented teams. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll have the opening ceremonies, and then after that, we kick things off here in Huntington Beach at the 2025 TYR Cup. So stay with us, everybody.
The all-new Whoop is here, now more advanced than ever. Train smarter, sleep deeper, recover faster. Extend your healthy years. Understand your cycle phases. Now 7% smaller with 14+ days of battery life. So your data never stops, and neither do you. Power your best performance with memberships made for every goal. Join Whoop today.
It all began with a jump rope in 2015. It was tangled, plastic, and poorly adjusted. We knew we could do better, and so we did. We built our first prototype by hand. It worked. It made a difference. Our first double unders made a big impact. We felt the joy of success for the first time, and it felt magical. From there, our mission became clear: to facilitate the joy of success for athletes around the globe. Since then, we've focused on one thing: improving what others overlook. Engineering and innovation are our tools. We created jump ropes like the Fire, Earth, and Cyclone, each better than the last. We built the first grips that actually grip. We broke the chalk dependency and helped you achieve that first muscle up, that first pull up. Every product solves a real problem. Every product brings you closer to success. Step by step, we push forward by your side. Innovation is progress made through persistence. The struggle is real, but so is the reward. We are V-Lights. We are made, not born.
Get out on the floor and let yourself go.
I wake up every morning, I get in the tub first thing, I get this rush of energy. It's honestly better than caffeine to me. No one does it better than you guys.
Strength, endurance, resilience. These aren't just words, they're promises. Ones you make every day to protect, serve, and defend. You put in the work, now put it to the test. Because when the mission calls, you answer. Join the mission.
Tonight, 16 of the fittest athletes in the world come together in a one-of-a-kind team format. Before we meet the teams, let's take on to understand exactly how this game will be played.
The TYR Cup is back and Huntington Beach is ready. This September, it's North America versus the world in a 3-day team battle for fitness supremacy. Each squad comprises 8 hand-picked elite athletes, consisting of 4 men and 4 women, along with 2 captains. The formats, 6 unique styles, indie throwdowns, all hands requiring full team power, solo skill spotlights, and strategy-driven lineups. And it all comes down to the final captain's test. Every event win earns a point. Some events have standard targets to earn another. Tie it up, one final face-off decides it all. The prize? $160,000 for the winners, $40K for second, $10K for the MVP, and massive bragging rights. Whether you're competing, spectating, or vibing at the West Coast party, the TYR Cup returns September 19th to the 21st. That means it's almost time to settle the score. See you in Cali.
Played last year set the stage for this epic rematch.
From Huntington Beach, California, at TYR Wodapalooza SoCal.
3, 2, 1. Before our introductions, let's take a quick look at 2024 Team World.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the 2025 participants in Team World. Introducing first from Sweden, she's a four-time TYR Wodapalooza athlete and CrossFit Games athlete. Make some noise for Emma Tall.
Team World takes the floor. Emma Tall-Chase, one of the returning athletes from last year, who played a big part in how close things were after 2 days at the TYR Cup last year.
Yeah, it's going to be needed because you're returning a new squad, half the team, so it's good to have some consistency there.
Yeah, Jay Crouch, a newcomer to Team World.
Jay Crouch, best performance this year at the 2025 CrossFit Games, wore the leader jersey for an event.
Grace Walton makes her way out onto the floor here in Huntington Beach, and another returning athlete to the TYR Cup.
Yeah, Gracie Walton is one of those athletes that is just good at those grindy CrossFit events that we'll see a lot of this weekend.
Roman Krennikov was supposed to be here last year. He is here in 2025, and he brings, and we said this at the pre-show, slugging power.
And you can see he's also bringing a lot of energy. He's having a lot of fun, and that's a good Roman Krennikov to have on your team.
Amy Kringle next up for the world team, and she has really come into her own here these past 2 years.
Debuted or rookie in 2024, built on top of that last year or this year in 2025, now on Team World here for the TYR Cup.
Guy Mayeros making his second appearance for the world team here at the TYR Cup. We have heavy barbells on the floor, and I guarantee you this guy's going to be taking part in that event.
The way this event is designed is to just showcase these athletes, and no one is built for the spotlight more, especially what we'll see later tonight than Guy Mayeros.
We're down to the two captains for the world team, and we'll start with a man who was also supposed to be here last year, Ricky Garrard, taking the floor for the world team.
Really excited to see what Ricky's going to bring to the team competition along with his fellow training partners. Ricky's going to be one of those key pieces for Team World.
And finally, the 8-time fittest woman on earth, and I'm just going to let you try to think of something to say about her that hasn't already been said.
I don't know, maybe she's just trying to do every single event in a team competition, even when you don't have to, but Tia Claire Toomey is an absolute weapon for Team World this weekend.
Give it up one more time for your 2025 TYR Cup Team World.
And before our North American team, let's take a look at 2024 North American team.
Team North America trying to defend their title. Olivia Kerstetter, one of the 3 new athletes on the roster this year, brings a ton of power to the lineup.
And look, a ton of experience. I know she's, barely 20 years old, if that. It's been a teen phenom. Got on top of the podium this year for the first time as an individual. And with the Olympic lifting showcase we have tonight, she's a key piece for North America.
Up next for Team North America, the 2-time fittest man on earth, Justin Medeiros.
Team setting, Justin Medeiros gets to be with the boys. Jason Hopper, Dallin Pepper. And when Justin Medeiros is having fun, he is a very dangerous athlete on the competition floor.
Up next for North America, a woman who competed here last year. She's been dealing with a bit of a back injury. That's Alexis Raptis.
Still got 10th at the CrossFit Games this year, Sean, with that back injury. She looks like she's feeling a lot better. That bodes well for Team North America.
Dallin Pepper up next for Team North America. Had some memorable moments here last year.
Dallin Pepper really, he's been on the scene for a long time, but his performance last year at the TYR Cup, I felt was a turning point for Dallin Pepper's competitive career. This is a guy that I think is vying for one of those team captain spots. He is vital for Team North America.
Emma Lawson, one of the 3 newcomers to Team North America. Haven't seen her a whole lot this year, but she is always impressive anytime she steps on the floor.
She's also moved camps this year, so she's back here on the competition floor. And if you know Emma Lawson, she is so well-rounded, and it's going to be great to have her on the team.
Up next for Team North America, your current fittest man on earth, Jason Hopper.
Vying for that title of King of the Echo Bike, as we'll start things off with that. We may close with it for him as well, but Jason Hopper, who was here on a 1v1 expo last year, now on the team.
One of the 2 team captains for Team North America. Brings a ton of experience into the lineup, Pat Vellemer.
The other thing he does is he brings a very calm presence to the team when you have a lot of personalities that can go either direction. And Pat's pretty much very mellow, very down the line, not too high, not too low. And that presence alone will help this team keep it together over the course of the weekend.
And that's very much in contrast to the final athlete for Team North America, Danielle Brandon.
Yeah, it's one of those athletes that do fluctuate in the way they handle the highs and the lows. But for Danielle Brandon, again, I think she is the key to North America's attempt to try to take over Team World this weekend.
One more time for Team North America. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with both teams on the floor ready for battle, please rise as you are able and welcome out one of our very own TYR Wodapalooza equipment managers to sing our national anthem, Mr. David Ryman.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
are set to kick off the 2025 TYR Cup here at TYR Wodapalooza SoCal, and we start with Echo on Fran. And this is an event that if you walked into your affiliate and you saw this written on the board, you're probably faking an injury and walking right back out to your car.
Yeah, I'm walking in, I'm walking right out. It's a fun one for us to watch, but not necessarily the most fun one for the athletes to do, because you've got the 21-15-9 format of heavy thrusters, chest to bar pull-ups, and echo bike cows. This is actually a pretty commonly programmed event at Wodapalooza in previous individual competitions.
Let's talk about the keys to this. What do you need to do to be successful here?
Well, it depends on how the scoring is, Sean, and in this case, it's points per place, and then you're adding the points of the team. So make sure you understand where you fit in, and that means if you're first way ahead of me and third's behind, I'm just gonna hold steady in second. Why chase down first if that could drop me down the fourth? Place over the race, meaning focus on where you're gonna place between the athletes versus race too hard and lose some spots.
Well, here are the lane assignments for event number one. There's only 1 point on the line here in this event. And the women are going to kick us off first. All 8 athletes for each team will be going through this event, and the team captains will be right in the middle of the floor, Danielle Brandon and Tia Toomey.
Again, how this is going to get scored is you're going to get a point for the place finish in this event. They're going to add up those points for the total team. All 8 athletes on Team North America versus all 8 athletes on Team World.
Once they total that up, the team with the lowest score will earn the 1 point. We're paying attention to Emma Lawson here. First appearance on this stage. It'll be interesting to see how she handles it.
Hey, she's been away from the CrossFit stage for quite some time. We knew she had to pull out of the open due to a back injury, nursing her health, getting back into true form. But I'm curious to see what type of form she is, because how she performs well, right, that is huge for Team North America. And in events like this is really where Emma Lawson does do well in competition.
Athletes have yet to take the floor here for this opening event. Great setting here at TYR Wodapalooza SoCal, right on the beach. I mean, there's sand right next to me.
I have actually the entire beach of Huntington in my shoes at the moment.
Well, we were talking to Bella Martin earlier, who's been back there talking to some of the athletes. We were talking to Wilson Pack as well, the event organizer, and it'll be interesting to see what the strategy is here, because there's only 1 point on the line here. It's the first of 3 events tonight.
Arguably one of the, I would go in quotation marks, actually, no quotation marks, worst events in terms of absolute pain of the weekend, except maybe that monostructural triplet on Sunday that only 1 athlete's going to take on, is that this is a very, very intense event to start the weekend. Then we're going to get on a ski erg, we're going to get on our hands, we're going to do the erg shot. But then tonight, we have the heavy lifts and some fast barbell cycling. When it comes to this event, we talked earlier about get in where you fit in. Once you get to about the round of 15, you're going to see where you're at relative to the people in the field. And that's what's cool about this event, because all 8 women will be out there. You know exactly where they're going to be and how you're fitting into the mix. So you can settle in. It's like, listen, 4th might be the best position I'm going to be in. I'm just going to compete well enough to hold this position. A lot of mistakes you'll see novice athletes do is that they'll always try to win an event. They think winning the event is the most important thing when they have no business in doing so. When they get too far out of their comfort zone and they redline, instead of getting 4th, they get last. And that's what you can't do in the way this event is scored.
Saw Olivia Kerstetter setting up her bike. That's Alexis Raptis, mentioned earlier, dealing with a bit of a back injury. Her 2nd year here at the TYR Cup. World team looks like they're about ready. It's Echo on Fran. Thrusters, chest bar pull-ups, and calories on the Echo bike.
Also known as just a whole lot of yuck.
Oh, God. Yeah, this is not one where I think a lot of people are sitting at home going, yeah, I'm going to try that tomorrow.
Well, what's interesting, too, is a lot of times you might see it in the format where they use the Echo bike as the first movement of the triplet, but it is the 3rd. So when you get to that barbell at 21, you have a decision to make. Do I go unbroken if I feel good, or should I break early to sustain that intensity over the course of this event?
And as Chase mentioned, you get a point in the heat for where you place. If you finish first, you get 1 point. Second will get 2 points. You're going to add up the total for the men and the women, and the team with the lowest score will win the event and earn 1 point.
And what that means is that, say Team World women get first, second, third, fourth. That's 10 points to Team World. Well, if the men get 6th, 7th, and 8th, then you get that split there. So they're adding up your finish place relative to your heat as your total score. Lowest scored wins. A lot like the open scoring format we've had in the past.
Team North America in the blue and white. Team World will be in the multicolored jerseys, the orange and purple, opposite side of Team North America.
Three, 2, 1, go.
2025 TYR Cup is officially underway. Echo on Fran kicks us off, and we start with 21 thrusters.
95 pounds on the bar, so this is a heavier weight than the traditional 95-65 that we'll see with other CrossFit events. Tia breaking early. That should tell everybody exactly how you should be approaching this. If I'm standing next to Tia and she breaks at 7, I'm putting the bar down right next to her.
And just about everybody has broken up her initial set. Now Danielle Brandon in the middle of the floor was the last woman to drop her barbell. Alexis Rapp is taking a break, and she's back to work now. Judge's hand in the air for Emma Tall. And Tia Toomey took another break.
It is really, really easy to over-race this event in the beginning, especially if you're just not used to the lights here at the TYR Cup.
Emma Tall was the first woman off of her thrusters, but she was followed by the entire North America contingency as they now get to work on their first set of 21 chest to bar pull-ups.
Easiest part, I say, it's wild when you say the 21 chest to bar pull-ups is the easiest part of the entire event, but we still have 21 counts on the Echo bike to close out the round of 21. Now, once we get to the bike and back to the bar for 15, this event will really start to take shape for these athletes.
The Team North America is right on the same pace. All 4 of their athletes get to the bike at the same time. Emma Tall continues to lead the way for the world team. And now Tia Toomey is the last woman off the pull-up bar.
I think that is the quote you were asking me for earlier, things I've never said about Tia Claire Toomey, and it's last in the heat. Now the tough thing here is that your legs are going to get blown out a bit on the bike, so you can put a little bit more in the arms, but you're coming off the chest to bar pull-ups, knowing that you got to roll the bar forward and you have 15 heavy thrusters waiting for you. Any classic 21-15-9 format, we know it's the round of 15 that's the worst. And going from Echo bike back to a thruster is just flat out nasty.
Keep an eye on the judges' hands as they will go in the air with 5 calories remaining. There is Emma Tall. Second year here at the TYR Cup.
So Tia's cadence just to Emma's left is a little bit quicker, and I'm curious if Tia was saving her energy in the round of 21 for the bike, and then once the round of 15 hits, we may see a big shift in pace and intensity from Tia Toomey.
Judge's hand in the air for Emma Lawson, and now Emma Tall, the first woman back to the barbell. They'll advance the barbell at the beginning of each round, and that was different as Emma Tall almost got to work, but she has to move it forward first.
Fortunately, didn't lose too much time.
The entire North America team has now got their hands on the barbell, and Tia Toomey is still on the bike for the world team.
And she is falling further behind than I thought she would once she got back to the bike.
Now into the round of 15 thrusters. Toomey advances her barbell to join the rest of her teammates here.
Look, Sean, I know it's early and who knows what it's going to look like before we even get to the end of this event. However, we talked about on paper what Team World looks like. That domination starts and ends with what Tia can do on the competition floor. That is not the case, and this is what we talk about. It's one thing to see it on paper, it's another thing to do it on the competition floor.
Emma Tall is done. Here come Emma Lawson, Olivia Kerstetter, and Danielle Brandon with Alexis Raptis now just closing out her set of 15.
Now, why is this important? Yes, Emma Tall is leading the group. However, the next 4 athletes in line behind him are from Team North America. You get a point per place where you finish in your heat.
Emma Tall now onto the bike after knocking out her 15 chest bar pull-ups. And it's big. You know, as you mentioned, Chase, that North America is just stacked right next to each other because of the golf scoring that we have in this event.
And here's how this shakes out. There's a total of 8. 1 through 8 are the points you can get. If Emma Tall, say she holds, she gets 1 point. But if Danielle Brandon and the other 3 athletes from Team North America, that's a 2, 3, 4, and 5 points. Okay? Now we're looking at 11 points on the board for her. If Tia were to get last, they're already at 9, and that's just with 2 athletes.
Tia Toomey is the last woman on the bar, 15 chest to bar pull-ups as we approach the halfway point of this event. 5 minutes have almost gone by here. It's a 10-minute time cap.
Now Emma Tall has to, now the pressure's on Emma Tall. Emma Tall has to win because with 4 North American athletes hot on her heels, that is a massive swing that she needs to hold on to.
Emma Tall is off first, and now she will start her 3rd and final round, advancing to barbell for her set of 9. Emma Lawson's off the bike. Danielle Brandon as well. Judges' hands in the air for Olivia Kerstetter. She moves to the barbell, and Alexis Raptis is just about done as well.
Emma Tall has to get just 1 point.
Well, Amy Kringle has now moved ahead of Alexis Raptis.
That's huge for Team World as well. If Kringle can sneak up and at least take down 1 more North American athlete, she desperately needs that because the bottom 2 in this heat are both from Team World with Gracie Walton and Tia Toomey.
Well, Emma Tall is on the pull-up bar, and Tia Toomey is now just finishing up her bike. Here come Lawson and Brandon to the pull-up bar, and Olivia Kerstetter as well. 9 chest-to-bar pull-ups and then 9 calories on the Echo bike. More than 6 minutes have gone by, 6:06 by the time on the clock here on the floor.
Tia's making her way to the bar, but here's what's important is that Olivia Kerstetter, she needs to stay ahead of Amy Kringle. Kerstetter's on the way left, Kringle's on the right. Danielle Brandon and Emma Lawson, they're not going to catch, and they don't need to catch Emma Tall. They don't need to waste any energy, but what they do have to do is stay ahead of Amy Kringle.
Emma Tall with 1 calorie to go, as you see on the right side of your screen. Tia Toomey just starting her set of 9. Now Emma Tall is going to race across the finish line, and that will pick up a first-place finish here in this event as she is across.
So that's 1 point for Team World.
And now Emma Lawson is going to be the next woman to finish. Here comes Danielle Brandon.
So that's a 2nd and a 3rd. That's 5 points that Team North America has. Now we want
Here goes
less
Kringle.
points.
Kringle's off. She's in a foot race with Kerstetter. This is going to be close. I don't know if Kringle knows that Kerstetter's right on her heels, but Kringle's going to get there just ahead of Kerstetter.
That was huge for World, especially where Gracie Walton and Tia Toomey are sitting.
And here comes Raptis. And with that, Team North America is going to get all 4 of their athletes across the finish line, which leaves Walton and Toomey. Toomey's going to finish last in the heat.
Now, my question is, look, this may be early. I'm not speculating on anything being wrong with Tia, but this should make everyone nervous who is betting on Team World, even though we're just in the first event.
Well, there was talk about maybe sandbagging this event a little bit on the North America side, just because it is only worth 1 point. And we have 2 events to go tonight, 11 events on the weekend.
Yeah, well, that might have been the game plan before we just saw what happened in this event for the women. Team North America has 16 points. Team World has 20 points. So the men are going to have to make up 5 points if they want to win event number 1. Again, the less points, the better. Open style scoring.
So 16 for North America, 20 for the world team. So the men, as you said, need to make up 4 points. And I don't think anybody thought that Tia Toomey would be lagging towards the back here in this event. But before we hit the panic button, could be strategy.
Could be, right? She might have a long weekend ahead of her, but at the same time, as you don't think the strategy would involve a last place finish, but it was Emma Tall who stepped up for Team World to get them that precious 1 point, because now that you look at what Tall did, Gracie Walton and Tia Toomey got 15 points worth of the 20 that got hit for Team World.
Let's go down to the competition floor. Bella Martin is with Emma Tall.
Emma, welcome back to TYR SoCal. It's fun to have you back. Tell me what that invitation to come back here felt like this weekend.
Just joy. I just love being here. It was so nice last year, and I'm happy to be back with just more confident and more at peace with myself at competitions.
More confidence. This might be the fittest you've ever been. That performance just now is absolutely incredible. What are you bringing to the competition this weekend that maybe you didn't have last year?
Confidence, yeah.
And now let's talk about what happened in this heat. You ran away with it from the jump. Was that the plan with the kind of point style being, if you get first and T gets last, that's kind of okay if the rest of the girls are in the middle? Was that the plan going out, or was it just, let's see who can win this one?
I think for this workout, where it's purely individual, when you're on the floor, everyone just go as fast as they can and to their strategy. And then you just hope that it plays out. I mean, the rest of the weekend are a lot of team workouts. So it's nice to start with this, and now we move over to teamwork.
Now, I've talked with some of the boys earlier today on why they think your team's going to win this weekend. Why do you think Team World is going to take home the trophy this weekend?
Because we have a really strong team, and we're here for revenge.
You heard it here first. They're here for the revenge. Congratulations, Emma. That was great.
Thank you.
Emma Tall and the world team with 20 points, North America with 16. So the men will have their work cut out for them on the world side if they want to take home the 1 point for winning this event, which is Echo on Fran, thrusters, chest to bar pull-ups, and calories on the Echo bike. The men taking the floor next.
135 pounds on the barbell for the men. The women had 95, but the same rep schemes across the board. And we'll probably see a bit more power put into the bike than we did on the women's side.
Let's talk keys of the event now as the men take the floor.
Now the keys all center around the way this is scored. Get in where you fit in. That means find your pace, find your place once you're out on the competition floor, right around the round of 15. You don't want to overdo it too early and lose that precious placing. And that means place over race. Don't try to get first if you know that's not going to happen. If you sit solidly in second, try to maintain that position for as long as you can, understanding that points per place is the name of the game.
Let's take a look at the lane assignments for the men. Team captains in the middle of the floor, Pat Vellner for North America and Ricky Garrard for the world team. But there is a bike on the floor, and obviously we know what Dallin Pepper, Jason Hopper, they're good at that. But for the world team, Roman Krennikov never met a bike he didn't like.
I've never heard someone say in a bike event that I did when he was at the Rogue Invitational a few years ago, and he said, the bike was rest for me in the middle of that event. Well, the middle of that event was DT with a bike, and that was rest for him. So if that's the case for Roman, look for him to make a big move and get a precious top finish for Team World, who is now 4 points behind Team North America.
Well, as we were getting set here, and we'll keep an eye on this, but Emma Watson, pardon me, Alexis Raptis was being helped off the floor. She was under her own power, but she had a couple of the staff with her. Didn't look like she was limping or anything, but we'll try to figure out what's going on with that as the men are set to start.
3, 2, 1, go.
Echo on Fran underway for the men. 21 thrusters at 135 pounds to start. And the world team has a 4-point deficit coming into this event.
Sean, you asked me earlier what's the one thing Team North America has to do to try to get the win on Team World. It is to win 50-50 opportunity events. This is that opportunity. The women did exactly what they needed to do, and to set up the North America men with an opportunity to steal a point in event number 1.
Well, as we saw in the last heat, we have one world athlete who's out front at Jay Crouch, and then the entire North America squad is right behind him. And as I say that, both Pepper, Hopper, and now Medeiros drop the barbell first.
And it is also the round of 21 as we just started, and a lot can change when we get to the round of 15. But what I'm excited to see is what happens when these big bodies get on that Echo bike. Team North America has 16 total points. Team World has 20. Lowest score is going to win for the team total. It might be 1 point, but those points are precious, especially going into Sunday.
Well, Hopper and Pepper lead the way as they hit the bike for the first time. The number at the top of your screen, that's the total amount of reps that each team has completed.
Don't sleep on Roman Karenikov. He's at the top of your screen
and
in the white shirt.
Up.
His cadence is looking very fast.
Jay Crouch has put himself back in front, but not by much. Pepper and Hopper are both right there, and Roman Karenikov is on the lead pace as well.
What I'm curious to see is how quickly they race to the bar and start the 15. That shows confidence and that shows ability.
Dallin Pepper's judge's hand was in the air first. Sorry, Chase, as both he and Hopper are off the bike, and Hopper's looking down the floor to see where Roman is.
And that's what you want to see from Dallin Pepper. If there's a bike and there's a thruster, that name you want to think about is Dallin Pepper. He's had a lot of success at the CrossFit Games with this type of couplet.
They have to advance the barbell prior to the start of their round. Usually when we do these competitions like this, when you have to advance the barbell, it's at the end of your round, but we're doing it at the beginning here. Now, just about everybody, as Guy Maieros is off the bike, is on their set of 15 thrusters at 135 pounds.
Justin Medeiros is in 7th in the heat. Now, fortunately for Team North America, Guy Maieros is in last. So at least if that holds, they'll still get 1 point on Team World.
Pepper, Hopper, off the barbell, and both of them are looking back to see where Roman Karenikov is, who's now in 3rd place. Here comes Ricky Garrard and Pat Vellner.
One thing to note about Rowan, who said his power is in the Echo bike, not necessarily in his speed on the thrusters and his length of range of motion on the chest to bar pull-ups. The one thing that Roman can utilize to be faster, everybody, is the Echo bike, but those cals drop, and that means his opportunities to pass people diminishes.
It's a race to 135 reps, and now Dallin Pepper's through 93 of those. Hoppers off. Karenikov and Garrard are right there. Good battle going on between the top 2 men for the world and North America.
Ricky's pace is increasing as we're in that middle round of 15.
Here comes Pat Vellner and now Justin Medeiros, the entire North America team onto the bike for the 2nd time, and Guy Maieros bringing up the rear for the world team.
One thing for Justin Medeiros, we said he was 7th coming off the bike in the round of 21, but he is closing the gap on Jay Crouch.
Well, this is interesting now as Karenikov, Garrard, and Crouch have moved ahead of Vellner and Medeiros. Judge's hand in the air for Dallin Pepper. He's going to be the first man off the bike again, followed closely by Jason Hopper. To the barbell now for 9 thrusters at 135 pounds.
You don't want to do it, but you have to do it. You got to run to the bar, advance it, and start before you want to.
Point per placement here in this event. And right now, the score is 16 for North America, 20 for the world team after the women got done with Echo on Fran. It's a 4-point lead for North America. Golf scoring, lowest score will win, as now Garrard and Karenikov are on their final set of thrusters for the world team.
Said Pat Vellner needs to be very careful. He is very nonchalant getting back to the bar as Jay Crouch is trying to run him down.
Pepper hustling back to the pull-up bar. He passes Justin Medeiros. He's going to start his 3rd and final round of 9 thrusters. Again, the score they're trying to hit on the left side of your screen is 135. Jason Hopper to the pull-up bar, the 2025 fittest man on earth. Here come Garrard and Karenikov. And now Vellner's done. Pepper onto the bike. This should be no problem. 9 calories. He can do that in his sleep. So he's looking to pick up the win here in this heat. Here comes Hopper.
They've put some distance on Ricky and Roman, so this should be good enough for 1-2 for North America.
Pepper's done. He's going to take 1st place. Vellner's onto the bike along with Jay Crouch. Judge's hand in the air for Jason Hopper. Looks to be the next man to finish. And Hopper is in. And now Roman Karenikov, the first world athlete to finish. Ricky Garrard right behind him. And now a foot race at Crouch. This is big. Is going to get the best of Pat Vellner.
That's a big miss for Vellner. I don't know if he ran out of steam, but He just opened the door wide open for Jay Crouch to get ahead of him.
And now it's Guimayeros against Justin Medeiros. Medeiros taking a look over to his left. And Justin is going to finish next. And that should do it for North America. Unofficially picking up the win. And now Guimayeros is done.
And Sean, listen to this. North America women, 16 points. North America men, different order, 16 points.
I can do that math. That's what, 32?
We said the 50-50 events. The opportunities that are given to you, you need to take advantage of. That's the only way Team North America has a legitimate shot. Assuming that Tia's fine. That's my big question after the first event. What happened to Tia Claire Toomey in that event? I hope it was just a, look, every once in a while you got a bad event. Maybe you've had a wonderful offseason, and you should, right? We're out here to have some fun. We're here to compete. But at the same time, these athletes want to win, and they're going to need Tia to do it.
And we'll have to keep an eye on Alexis Raptis, too. As I mentioned, as we take a look at the replay, she was being helped off the floor at the end of the women's event. Wasn't limping, just looked pretty worse for the wear.
This is what we need to see from Team North America and your top two leaders on the team. That is, without a doubt, Dallin Pepper and your 2025 CrossFit Games champ, Jason Hopper. So to watch them go 1-2 the whole way through was huge for Team North America.
Dallin Pepper leads the way for North America, and he is with Bella Martin.
Dallin, first things first, I need to know, was there any sort of inside bet between you and Jason on who was going to win this one?
No, honestly, we were trying to time it so we could go no hands on the bike at the end, but it's a little bit off. We didn't have to. We didn't have to get to that point, so it works.
I was hearing some kind of rumors earlier that maybe some of the teams are going to be sandbagging this first workout. Was that what your team's plan was, and did it go according to it?
We just didn't have it in our hearts to do that to you guys out here. That'd be pretty lame. Although it is a pretty disheartening that a workout like that is only worth 1 point, and it's the start of the weekend, so that's brutal.
Well, it's good to have you back. Last year when you were here, it was one of your best performances yet. A lot of us say it was your kind of breakout performance as an athlete. How do you feel coming back into it? Are you ready to do it again? Can you do those cows in under a minute again, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think I'll play as many workouts as I did last year. A lot of them favored me last year and gave me a good chance to shine, but anytime I take the floor, I'm going to try and help the team out.
Well, let's help the team out one more time. Why do you think Team North America is going to be the two-time champion this week?
I said it last year, and I'll say it again. We got the best in the world on our team, and they're not stopping us.
Thanks, Dallin.
And after all that, it's a 1-0 lead for North America with 10 events remaining and 2 left here on Friday night from TYR Wodapalooza SoCal. We're going to take a break. When we return, event 2, the ski shootout. Coming up next is our coverage from Huntington Beach, California. The 2025 TYR Cup continues.
People always say, when the dust settles, that's when I'll make my move. Not you, though. The dust, that's where you live. You love the excitement, the energy, the grit. Because you know, without a shadow of a doubt, the dust may settle, but you never will. And neither do we. Join now.
We've been sold on a system that costs more, asks more, and delivers less. Wake up. Health isn't bought, it's built. It's time to make choices that become habits, that change everything. Wake up. See what happens when the power is back in your hands. Welcome to the awakening.
I wake up every morning, I get in the tub first thing, I get this rush of energy. It's honestly better than caffeine to me. No one does it better than you guys.
Grit isn't found, it's built. Where lungs burn and muscles scream. Or every step, every rep, every set brings you closer to unbreakable. This isn't a place for shortcuts or excuses. Grit is built where limits are shattered and the impossible is conquered. Grit is built here.
over to the room to get something, I was like, grab my hoodie, and then I said, like, grab my pants too. Did you feel bad?
Opening night of competition continues here from Huntington Beach, California, and the 2025 TYR Cup from TYR Wodapalooza SoCal. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Chase Ingram. Bella Martin is out on the competition floor. We will hear from her in a second. Event number 2 is the Ski Erg Shootout. Team North America currently has the 1-0 lead after their win in event number 1, and this is what awaits in the Ski Erg Shootout. We're going to do some skiing, we got handstand walking, and then the pistol will be very interesting.
It will be very interesting. Now, one thing to note that this will be teams of 3, so old school TYR Wodapalooza team style event, but it also is a waterfall style event. So one athlete will start on the ski. When he moves to the handstand walk, the next athlete comes in, and so on and so forth. Once they get to the pistol, they'll have 7 attempts to hit the target in front of them. Every 5 target hits, the target will get further and further away down the competition floor. First one to 20 takes the win. Now, 2 things to focus on here. It's all about the pistol at the end. We know athletes can ski, we know they can handstand walk, but can they handle the pistol? You have to get your stance right. So when you look at competitive shooting, especially when it comes to pistols, getting the right stance so you have bodies in a nice stable position, and then use the front sight. There's a back part of this pistol, which is basically a forked looking sight at the back, and then in the front is a single. You gotta learn the technique to the pistol to be successful here.
Let's bring in Bella Martin with an update on a late lineup change for Team North America. Bella?
Well, guys, it's good that this is a team competition, and it's good that North America won event number 1. We've got a little bit of a change. Alexis Raptis is out. Olivia Kerstetter will be coming into play for event number 2. That's the update from here on the floor, guys.
Wow.
Thanks, Bella. Appreciate that. As we mentioned, if you are just joining us, at the end of Echo on Fran, Alexis Raptis was being helped off the floor. She wasn't limping. She didn't look like she was injured, but she just looked a little worse for the wear. She had a couple members of the staff just standing next to her and helping support her as she made her way off the floor.
Now, Olivia Kerstetter, keep in mind, I know she's known for the barbell and the way she handles Olympic lifts, but she is incredible inverted on her hands, and she can move a machine well. So what's nice about that skill set is that you want to be able to get to the pistol, quote unquote, fresh. If you blow up too much in the ski, which is more of a pressing, fatiguing movement, and then into the handstand walk, you're not able to stabilize that pistol as well as you want to. And millimeters become massive misses when it comes to the board, especially as that target gets further away.
It's going to be Lawson, Kerstetter in for Raptis, and Danielle Brandon here.
Now, the one thing for Olivia, even though I know she's great at least the ski and the handstand walk, but was she mentally prepared to step in at the last moment? The good thing here is, like, look, it's just a ski erg, it's just a handstand walk. They've been doing this for nearly a decade, so she should be fine there. But how much practice has she just been able to put into the erg pistol, knowing that she wasn't going to do this event today?
This is a waterfall style event. So the first athlete will go out. Once she is done with her calories on the ski erg, the next athlete will be released.
3, 2, 1, go.
Now stepping in and going first for the team right off the bat. All right.
It's going to be Emma Tall, who led the way in Echo on Fran for the world team, starting off for her squad.
She's starting off like a bat out of hell. It's like she thinks the ski erg is the tie-break time. And Sean, what did we just say? If you have little experience with shooting a pistol, now this isn't a real pistol, it's just a click target and a laser, but you have to have a stable shooting arm. There's no reason to just absolutely destroy yourself to get to the pistol sooner if you can't stabilize it and have an accurate shot on the target.
The two total points are on the line here. 1 point for the winner of the women's competition, 1 point for the winner of the men's competition. At the top of the screen, the only number that counts here is successful shots. The first team to get to 20 will take the event.
Emma Tall's getting called back.
It's got to be unbroken.
Well, and the hand had to start. She went the wrong direction. So right at the start, you have to make the turn.
Olivia Kerstetter is on her hands towards the top of your screen. She is now past Emma Tall. Kerstetter, again, a late substitution. Alexis Raptis was supposed to be going for the North America team, but here's Olivia Kerstetter, and she is through it. Now she has 7 attempts here.
Here's the deal, is that once you're here, it really only matters when your teammate is going to catch you because of the water style fall of this event. So you can afford to take your time as long as you are aware of where your teammate is behind you.
A couple standards you need to keep in mind here on the pistol. They have to use just one hand. They have to flip the thing at the top to reload it, and between each shot, they have to touch the butt of the pistol to their thigh. That keeps them from just holding it out front of them and just rapidly reloading and firing. The lights will flash green when they have a successful hit, and Olivia Kerstetter has 1 in the bag for her team.
Looks like another one. Now, what I saw what Justin Medeiros was doing is that when you shoot, it will show you where you missed on the target. Now, one thing that you could do is you don't want to overcorrect when you make your misses. And so what Justin was trying to show her is that if she can't see it from there, where she was I missing high to the right? Okay, maybe move my sight a little to the left.
Emma Tall's got it dialed in now. She's got 2 straight successful shots. Meanwhile, the next athletes are making their way up. Amy Kringle has now gotten her hands on the pistol, and here comes Emma Lawson. It's currently 3-2 North America. Each athlete with 7 attempts before they have to go back to the beginning.
And you can see where that red dot is on the target. So athletes will know, is that aim correct, or do I have to change it in between shots? And Amy Kringle for Team World gets the 5. Now, once you hit 5, you advance to the next target. You only have 7 opportunities to shoot. That target's going to get further and further away.
Team World with a one-shot lead over North America. First team to 20 will win. It's a 14-minute time cap.
Lawson can take her time here because Danielle Brandon's not done just yet. And what we want is you just want a constant flow of shots coming from the team.
Tia Toomey is now through for the world team as Emma Tall and Olivia Kerstetter are back on the ski erg. Danielle Brandon shooting from North America on the right side. And they have now moved into the lead, 8-6.
Danielle Brandon just racked off 2 in a row.
And now she gets to move to the next target. She still has a couple of shots left as North America's halfway there. Kerstetter and Tall still back on the ski erg. 18 calories before they get to their 40-foot handstand walk. It was a good hit for Toomey.
Danielle Brandon just had a miss. Danielle Brandon. And Team World closed pretty hard with Tia, who's taking her time.
Olivia Kerstetter is up on her hands. Emma Tall's getting set to kick up, and she will replace Tia Toomey on the pistol. Here comes Kerstetter, bottom of your screen for North America.
One thing to note here too, Sean, is that not only can you not hit the pylon, you cannot go out of the lane that you're in, or you will have to go and start the entire thing over again.
Now Olivia Kerstetter for her second attempt on the pistol.
Now keep in mind, Olivia's first turn was at the closest target. She didn't even get to the middle one. So this is much further than her first round.
And now Emma Tall back on the pistol for the second time.
Keep in mind, Sean, if we hit the time cap, it will be whoever has the most successful shots that will get the point for this event. Kerstetter can take her time. Emma Lawson just started her handstand walk.
Lawson's about halfway done. Kerstetter is finished, and she'll work her way back to the ski erg. Let's bring in Bella Martin, who's down there on the competition floor. Bella?
Well, I've been down here. I'm watching how some of the teams are strategizing and learning how to do this erg shoot kind of as the heat goes on. Justin Medeiros is coaching his girls. He's been coaching Olivia on how to be a little bit more on target. He was talking Emma Lawson through it earlier, but I'll tell you what, you know who he was not talking through was Danielle Brandon. That girl's a sharp shooter, and she already knows how to do this erg shoot, and she's lethal on that one.
Thanks, Bella. Emma Tall has now just given her team the lead, 14-12, as Amy Kringle steps right up to take her 7 shots. 6 good shots remain for Team World as Emma Lawson just got a good one, and now Kringle has 5 good hits left. She's not going to be able to do it. She just had another miss. Now Danielle Brandon is on her hands, working her way up to the pistol. And Tia Toomey is as well.
Now Danielle Brandon has 7 shots and 6 target hits available. If she can hold on here, she can put North America back in the lead with an opportunity to actually win the whole thing.
Well, Brandon pulls North America within 2 as Tia Toomey's getting set to step up for her second attempt. Kerstetter and Tall are back on the ski erg. This will be their 3rd trip through. 14-minute time cap.
Tell you what, Emma Tall was very good on her last round.
Kerstetter's off the ski erg.
Kerstetter has not looked very good on the shoot or the pistol shot at all.
The Team World is now down to their final 2 hits, and they will win this event in tie things up in the overall scoreboard. It's a 1-0 North America lead after event 1. Toomey smartly taking her time here because North America does not have a shooter right now, as Kerstetter's just got her hands on the pistol. And Toomey did get the final 2 hits. Doesn't show on the scoreboard, but Team World's going to win it. And they will tie things up as the men are coming up next.
Yeah.
But this event, we're being told, is over. There's no point for getting it under the time cap.
You can stop.
they can call off the. Yeah, Danielle Brandon has now just gotten word she's finished. But there's Amy Kringle talking things over with Emma Tall, Tia Toomey, and Gracie Walton. But boy, Emma Tall to have that dialed in fast.
Amy Kringle's first round also got a big number, and I believe it was Emma Tall's second rotation, where she got, I think, almost 4 successful shots.
And Tia Toomey secures the win for her team. And as we mentioned, Emma Tall got out early, got off to a really good start, but then, like you said, Chase, what happened in the middle with Amy Kringle, North America just couldn't make up for that.
Yeah, Emma Tall had a shaky start, went out way too hot on the ski, got a no rep on her first walk, but once she got through that first round, she closed hard for Team North America as Olivia Kerstetter had to step in at the last minute for Alexis Raptis. But Tia Toomey didn't have the best event 1, but she closed it out in event number 2.
Let's go down to the competition floor. Bella Martin is with Tia Toomey.
Well, I'm hearing some chatter on the floor, Tia. You just said you sandbagged the first workout. Is that really what happened in event number 1 this weekend, or are we just kind of pacing it out? We got a long weekend ahead of us.
We sure do. I'll let you guys figure it out.
Well, something that I want to know is, in your country, you do not have guns, so how did you get so good at this erg shoot here? You barely missed any reps on this one.
I mean, we have guns in Australia, but I think we prefer to use knives. But yeah, no, it's a really cool device, and I'm so glad that we've had this opportunity, so thank you. And it just creates the atmosphere, and it's something different for us, so it's a lot of fun.
We've got another event coming up tonight. What do you have to say for Team World? How are we going to close it out?
Well, I'm going against my girl, Olivia, so I can't wait.
Well, Tia, it's great to have you back here at TYR Wodapalooza SoCal. We'll see you in a little bit.
Thanks, guys.
The Tia Toomey and company get their team on the board, and we're all tied up heading into the second half of the ski shootout, as the men will be up next. Let's take one more look at event 2 here at the TYR Cup. Got ski calories, an unbroken handstand walk, and then the first team to get to 20 successful shots on the erg shoot will take the event and the 1 point.
It's all coming down to the erg shoot, obviously. You want to give yourself enough time to have a successful run with the 7. And what we're going to find out, Sean, is who had an appropriate childhood for the men. Did you or did you not play duck hunt? That's the question that I have for these athletes.
Well, the problem with that is you always had that one kid who put the gun right up against the screen. It's like, that's not, you can't do that.
All right, so if you were a cheating a-hole as a child, then it's finally coming up, Sean. And it's finally coming to bite you. Did you cheat in duck hunt? So we're going to see who can handle the erg shot. Guillermo Aljeros, we know what we're going to get from him when it comes to the barbell after this, but he's so good on his hands. But the question is, how good is he at the pistol?
It's going to be Hopper and Guillermo Aljeros kicking things off here. 20 calories on the ski erg. or probably 21 calories on the ski erg. And then it's that 40-foot unbroken handstand walk. And then we will see how these men handle that erg shoot. Now, they did get to mess around with this a little bit later, earlier today. There's Jason Hopper, 2025 fittest man on earth. First time here at the TYR Cup. And as you mentioned earlier, we were talking, he was here in Southern California last year taking part in a different competition.
He was. Yes, amazing. How far Jason has come since that moment he stepped on the floor against James Sprague. And in that time frame, he won the CrossFit Games and is now on Team North America for the TYR Cup. See Guy taking it very easy on the ski. Now, once they get to the handstand walk, the next athlete can start the ski. That is the waterfall style component of this event.
Hopper's off first. Here goes Guy Mayeros. They have to start behind that yellow line. And they will also finish in that 90-degree angle that you see at the end of the floor. Guy Mayeros and Jason Hopper stepping up to the pistol for the first time. And let's bring Bella Martin back in. Bella?
Well, I caught up with Justin Medeiros as he was on the floor earlier, asking him, what are you telling the girls and what lessons are you going to learn from this one? And he told me the key to this is to stay calm. You get really excited when you hit the target, your heart rate starts to spike, and then you get disappointed if maybe you miss. So he said to be a winner on this one, you have to stay calm and keep your emotions in check, because this workout could go pretty long if it doesn't.
Guy Mayeros has got this dialed in pretty well. He's already had 3 successful hits here on this opening target. Hopper's got 2. As now Dallin Pepper is on his hands, working his way up to the pistol. Medeiros and Crouch on the ski erg. Crouch now on the handstand. And Ricky Garrard will step up for the world team to take his turn on that piece of equipment.
I love what Jason Hopper just did, is that he just sat there and rested and waited, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how fast you shoot the target, it's how accurate you shoot the target. And until Dallin Pepper is even close to him, he doesn't need to start. So he took his time, he rested, and hit 6 targets in 7 attempts.
As you mentioned, you want to have that steady rhythm in shooters. And that was a great move from Jason Hopper to wait for Dallin Pepper. Team World, though, has now just tied things up. Jay Crouch doing a good job here on the second of 4 targets. They have to hit each one 5 times before they can move on to the next one. 20 total hits wins you the event. And then Dallin Pepper is moving on to target number 3 as we are tied at 10. And here comes Justin Medeiros.
I'd just like to note that I did not know that Dallin Pepper was left-handed.
Jay Crouch has now put his team in the lead by 2 as Medeiros has stepped up for North America. And now 13-11 as Crouch will give way to Ricky Garrard. And Medeiros has now tied it up with that shot.
Yeah, he just hit 2 in a row after missing his first 2. Misses that next one.
And Medeiros.
He hit 4 of his 7.
Did not cheat at duck hunt.
Now better not with that mullet, or else we're gonna shave that thing off. Now it's big for Jason Hopper. It's a tall ask. However, he has 7 opportunities. He only needs to hit 6 of them. So Jason Hopper has an opportunity to win this for North America.
And now Ricky Garrard is done, and Guy Mayeros is right behind him.
Guy did very well in his first rotation.
Garrard has put his team back in the lead here. Crouch is back on the ski erg.
Two different techniques between Ricky. Ricky, he'll lean forward and reach, closing the distance between the pistol and the target, where Jason Hopper is almost doing the opposite, leaning back.
Here comes Dallin Pepper as Guimajeros takes over for Gerard as we're tied at 15.
Wow, right off the bat, Guy hits one. Back to back, oh!
Pepper stepping up for North America.
So Guy's missed his last two after hitting his first two.
Pepper just
that was huge.
With his first successful hit, now he's tied it up.
Ooh, Guy struggling.
Another miss for Pepper.
Wow, Guy
Justin Medeiros has just finished a ski erg.
Guy got his first two and missed his next five, but
Jay Crouch
like
subbing
said,
right in.
Right into it, right into it.
Here comes Medeiros. He's in the background right behind Pepper. And we're tied at 17. Medeiros is going to be able to get right to work on the pistol as Crouch now has two left to try to make it a quick, clean sweep in this event for the world team.
Miss for Crouch.
Medeiros has yet to log a successful hit. He's missed twice.
You would think a mullet is synonymous with being able to shoot.
Yeah, well, usually you're just shooting it in the air, if you got the mullet. And now we're tied. One left for Team World. Those lights flash green, and Crouch has it.
Wow.
And it's a clean sweep for the world team, and they are in the lead heading into the third and final event of the evening. Jay Crouch brings it home for the world team. They are up 2-1.
Team World.
Medeiros, Pepper, and Hopper just didn't have enough time, and for the world team, it was really, as you mentioned, that just steady cadence of shooters, and I think that's what probably made the difference here.
And what that was able to do is it allowed the athletes behind them waiting to recover before they got into it. Guimajeros led everything off, nice, steady pace, was not in a race. He wanted to get to the pistol fresh, and it paid off. And people forget how good Guimajeros is on his hands. But I can't believe the All-American boys losing to Team World on a pistol competition.
It's a clean sweep for the world team. They're up 2-1. Let's go down to Bella Martin on the competition floor.
Jay, welcome to TYR Wodapalooza SoCal. It's fun to have you. How does it feel to be out here on Team World this year?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I think like growing up watching the Invitational to be on a super team out here is pretty special, good fun.
Something we were talking about earlier is you and Ricky have been battling it out for the fittest man in Australia for a while. How does it feel to be on the same team, kind of battling it out still on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're on the same team anyway, being in the same camp at Proven, and yeah, I mean, he's like one of my best mates, so there's no real rivalry there anymore. We feel like a team from Australia taking on the world, so.
Well, it definitely is Team Australia taking on the world. What do you do differently in your home country that has proven to build champions in the sport of CrossFit?
Yeah, I mean, Tia and Shane been leading the way, so that makes it pretty easy being around a team like that. But yeah, I don't know. We've been doing this for a while now, so happy to be here. It's a dream come true for sure.
Well, it's a dream to have you here, Jay. Congratulations for Team World. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, Team World takes the lead 2-1 heading into the third and final event of the evening. We're taking the pistols away and we're rolling out the heavy barbells. The Oli Show is coming up next as our coverage continues from TYR Wodapalooza SoCal in Huntington Beach, California. Stay with us, everybody.
The all-new Whoop is here, now more advanced than ever. Train smarter, sleep deeper, recover faster. Extend your healthy years. Understand your cycle phases. Now 7% smaller with 14 plus days of battery life. So your data never stops, and neither do you. Power your best performance with memberships made for every goal. Join Whoop today.
It all began with a jump rope in 2015. It was tangled, plastic, and poorly adjusted. We knew we could do better, and so we did. We built our first prototype by hand. It worked. It made a difference. Our first double unders made a big impact. We felt the joy of success for the first time, and it felt magical. From there, our mission became clear: to facilitate the joy of success for athletes around the globe. Since then, we've focused on one thing: improving what others overlook. Engineering and innovation are our tools. We created jump ropes like the Fire, Earth, and Cyclone, each better than the last. We built the first grips that actually grip. We broke the chalk dependency and helped you achieve that first muscle up, that first pull up. Every product solves a real problem. Every product brings you closer to success. Step by step, we push forward by your side. Innovation is progress made through persistence. The struggle is real, but so is the reward. We are V-Lights. We are made, not born.
Subject A, please proceed to a 5-minute per mile pace. Subject A, please rest.
Maybe you were born with this fire, or someone stoked it in you. But at some point you decided, when others walk, you run. When they rest, you keep going. And when they give up, you're just getting started. What makes you compete is why you'll thrive. Apply now.
Either bringing up the platform
We're lifting big under the lights as we close out the first day of competition at the 2025 TYR Cup here in Huntington Beach, California. Athletes getting set for the Ole show. I'm Sean Woodland with Chase Ingram. Bella Martin's out there on the competition floor. We'll bring her in a little bit. Overall standings have the world team, after the clean sweep in the ski shootout, up 2 points to 1. We're going to do two parts here in the Ole show. We're going to have a 1 rep max snatch and a 1 rep max clean and jerk. That's for combined load over both of those lifts. And then for fastest total combined time, we got Grace and then we got Isabel. We had a coin toss a few minutes ago to decide who would lift first. Now, the world team won the toss, but they made the wrong choice.
I actually believe it's the North America team that whoever made the choice, it was the wrong choice, okay? I think Pat won the toss.
No, Pat called the wrong.
Pat called the wrong thing, yeah. So Ricky, God bless you, sweet, simple Ricky, is if you go first on the snatch, right, you want to try to go second on the clean and jerk so your last athlete knows what they need to try to hit to set the weight for your team, because we're trying to find out which team is the strongest for a point and which team is the fastest for a point. And Team World did not set themselves up well going into this event, at least for the men.
Which brings us to one of our keys, do the math.
Do the math, AKA use your brain, for goodness sake. You know the rules and you screwed it up even with that. And all hail the specialists. It is their time to shine Friday night here in Huntington Beach.
We're going to start with a snatch. It's going to be Dallin Pepper and Olivia Kerstetter for North America. And it's going to be Ricky Garrard and Tia Toomey for the world team.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm starting to really wonder what Tia was doing in event 1, because she's a little bit tongue-in-cheek after the second event and what happened there. As she's going to go head-to-head on snatch.
I mean, that's a fair statement.
Now, Ricky Garrard for Team World just hit a 300-pound snatch about a week ago in training.
Bring that music back.
Now, when we look at it doing the math, that comes in the play of, all right, what does everybody believe they can hit for snatch or clean and jerk? The math comes into play. For example, if Ricky is snatching and Guy is clean and jerk, well, maybe Guy's snatch between him and Ricky is only a difference of 15 pounds. But the difference between clean and jerk is 45 pounds. Well, you want to take the 45-pound jump. That's what we talk about doing the math.
Tia Toomey looks like she's going to open up at 180. And then after this, Olivia Kerstetter will go.
Now, athletes will have 40 seconds to lift, and the lift must be completed within those 40 seconds. We've seen a lot of different variations of this, where the bar just has to come off the ground, but it must be completed.
First attempt for Tia Toomey at 180 pounds. And that's no problem. Nice little warm-up.
Now, within those 40 seconds, Sean, is that you are allotted as many attempts as you need. So say you were to miss it within that lift. But what I'm curious about is, are they allowed to add weight within those 40 seconds? 180, I mean, that was, that was so quick and easy. And you got to think is that, you know, they've been standing around a little bit, and to start that fast or quickly. Whoa.
So we mentioned Olivia Kerstetter. Raptis is out there.
So here's what's happening. We don't know what it is, but clearly there is something wrong with Alexis. We know that she had a back injury going into the CrossFit Games this year, which why you accepted to compete here this weekend is another question. But let's just get to what's happening right now. There's no way Alexis Raptis, who is slated to do Grace for Team North America, can do it. North America is assuming, as Ricky's loading up for 275, that they're going to lose the total anyways. You've got Guima Heros, you've got Tia Claire Toomey. Even with Olivia Kerstetter, you're probably not going to win this. So what I think they're doing is that they're putting Alexis out there who can barely lift a barbell, knowing full well that Olivia is going to give them the best chance to maybe get a point in this time version. As Ricky, man, that is a clean 275 for Ricky Garrard.
Dallin Pepper will close out round 1.
Honest to God, like, unless you just want to put on a show for everybody, Team World that wins. Like, it's over. Like, they don't have to lift. So what you want to make sure is that you don't hurt yourself in the process. But as
Pepper hits that.
But as Dallin said after event 1, and when Bella's asking, hey, is the sandbag thing, was that a real thing? He's like, no. We're not going to come out here and not put on a show. So I applaud these guys that are putting up some big weights, even though they know it's already over for this event.
Second attempt for Tia Toomey now, going up 10 pounds to 190. As Pepper just hit 285.
190 for Tia Toomey, a little out in front. Had to step forward to save the bar.
Remember, you mentioned you can lift as many times as you want in that 40-second window, so it looks like Pepper decided to slam 10 pounds on there and make a second attempt at 285
you just see
in
on the
his
left
window.
Side of your screen hitting that 285, and hey, why not, right? Why waste a turn when you've got some pounds in there? And every athlete will tell you, as Tia hits 190, you can see she had to step forward a little bit to save that, is that out here on the lights with the fans in your face and the music pumping, this is the perfect place to PR, as Alexis Raptis is staying at 85 pounds. So something is definitely wrong with Alexis Raptis. So it looks like Team North America is conceding part A, which is for weight, but trying to give themselves an opportunity to possibly get a point back for the speed barbell cycling part.
Alexis Raptis was supposed to do Grace along with Jason Hopper, so that will now go to Olivia Kerstetter unless there's been more changes up and down the North American lineup, as Ricky Garrard will step up to 295 for his second attempt.
5 pounds under what Ricky just hit a few days ago.
Oh.
All right, now that, we call that a good miss.
Yeah.
Okay? What does that mean? He missed it backwards. That means there's plenty of pull left in there. Sometimes you get a little too juiced up. Maybe it feels heavy coming off the floor and you over pull at the top. Just do the same exact thing you just did, and that should settle in nicely.
Second attempt, and Garrard has it.
Yeah, that was nice. Now that 295 was a nice looking 295, so Ricky may PR his snatch here out on the competition floor.
Dallin Pepper is up next, and he just grew 300.
What I love to see from Dallin is watch him settle in the bottom of that squat when he receives the barbell, as he just puts 300 up on the board for the snatch. Sometimes you'll see athletes that'll race out of the bottom to try to save it. No. You sit to save. No one's going to fail a snatch because their legs aren't strong enough to stand up with the barbell.
Third and final round now. And Tia going for 195 after making 180 and 190.
There it is.
That is good for Tia Toomey.
All right, we just said it, saving your snatch at the bottom. She did not do that in the previous one, which is why she had to step forward to save the bar. She was a little quick out of the bottom in that receiving position. She sits down for a second, secures the bar, and stands up all the way.
And now Raptis is just going to do her obligatory 85 pounds.
Yeah, North America is going to lose this first event. They're trying to get it on the second one, but I tell you what, the boys are trying to PR out there. Dallin Pepper just hit 300. Ricky hit 295. I'm curious to see where Ricky goes.
Pepper's got 305 on the barbell. Ricky's up next at 305. think he's pointing down to Pepper. Pepper's going, be my guest.
Oh,
Ricky just threw a little more on there, and I think Pepper's going to do the same. Pepper's adjusting his barbell. Actually, no, he's going to the chalk bucket. I couldn't see what he's doing, but he's going to let Ricky go ahead and go for 315.
We were talking, Ricky just hit 300. Now he's going for 315. Please go back. Please go back. I was like, we miss a PR.
we can't.
If we miss Ricky's PR attempt, he will never forgive us.
Oh, he was almost under that. And remember, the lift has to be complete inside the 40-second window, not just off the ground. Second attempt and not going to be able to make it for Ricky Garrard, so his last score will be 295.
Now, the nice thing there is that he has an opportunity to just go for something big because they already are going to win this event.
Yeah, barring something crazy in the clean and jerk. And now 310 for Dan. Oh, man, he almost had that.
He's got it. He's got it. Just get it a little higher during that second portion of the pull. That's above the knee to the hip. Get it a little higher before you jump.
Oh. So 300 is what Dallin Pepper will wind up with. So 385 is going to be the total for North America. And I believe 490 will be the total for World.
So 385 between Dallin and Alexis, which is probably less than what Guy Malheiros is going to clean and jerk by himself. We're going to see a 400?
Just warming up right now. These lifts do not count as the athletes are on the floor for the clean and jerk. You know, Guy likes to put on a show. Wouldn't shock me if you went for that.
Is Justin Medeiros just casually warming up to 335?
3, 2, 1, lift.
Now we are underway, and it's going to be Emma Lawson and Justin Medeiros from North America. Lawson opening up at 215. No problem for Emma. Emma Tall will be next to lift. And the score at the top of your screen will be the running cumulative total for the teams. $235 for Emma Tall to open up.
Solid opening lift.
You remember when 235 for a woman for a clean and jerk was probably just, that was fantasy.
I thought you were going to say for me. It's fantasy for me.
Listen.
Right now.
Yeah. I know, man.
I'm sitting there like, man, I wonder what that feels like.
Yep.
I haven't done that in a long time.
Come down with a nice case of back surgery if I tried that right now. Justin Medeiros stepping up to 335 for his first of 3 attempts.
Medeiros really using a lot of hips to get that bar into the front rack position. Not as much legs drive. What is this guy opening up with? So, yeah, a lot of hips. Not as much leg drive through the middle portion of the clean, which we see several athletes do.
345 for Guy.
Oh, hey, slow down there. Okay,
Just,
Doors, speed up.
Get right back on it. He's going to be careful. He's almost stepping off the back of that platform.
Don't you hate it when 345 is just so light that you miss it?
It's annoying after a while.
Yeah,
We should learn to deal with it.
And Sean, watch the back foot, as you said, is that back foot almost went off the back of the platform. And you go up the platform, the rep's not going to count. But, you know, you put your back foot off the edge of a platform, you got a little bit more problem than a no rep.
Emma Lawson up next, making a 15-pound jump, goes from 215 to 230. And she will stick that.
That next rep, she's got whatever weight she jumps up to, she's going to want to drop underneath that bar a little bit more on the jerk portion of that. Little press out at the top. Just says you need to drop down a bit more.
Emma Tall adds 10 pounds to her first lift.
Nice.
That is perfect for Emma Tall.
What I like what Tall does is after the clean, she'll reset her grip, widen out her hands a little bit. It's going to shorten some of the range of motion overhead, allow for a shorter bar path to get from that front rack position to the overhead position.
And Justin Medeiros making a 15-pound jump. Second attempt at 350.
Really quick underneath that bar.
And the two-time fittest man on earth makes that lift.
Little shaky overhead position, and I only say that because Justin, in my opinion, has one of the best overhead positions of any athlete competing in CrossFit. So that bit of a fingertip grip on the bar, you want to see more of a full palm grip, and you can see that hand moving just a touch. Nitpicky, I mean, you did just clean and jerk 350.
Guimaero's at 365, just mauling his way through that. The world team is.
Who knew that?
Who knew Guy was good at weightlifting?
Yeah, who knew that? Hey, if you want to clean up my technique, just add more weight to the barbell. But apparently that is the case for Guimaeros.
Final round here, Emma Lawson making a 10-pound jump. She's been good at 215 and 230, making her third and final attempt here at 240 pounds.
Cleans look good so far. I want to try to see her drop underneath that bar a little bit more on the jerk. There you go.
And it's 3-for-3 for Emma Lawson.
Now, a couple of ways you can get lower. You can either split wider or longer, or a little bit more bend in the knee. And she had a much longer split. So watch your feet going into the jerk portion. She was very short on the second rep. And look how long that distance is. That's a much better technical lift for Emma Lawson on that third round.
Final attempt for Emma Tall, making another 10-pound jump. And she goes 3-for-3.
I talked about that full palm position. So what we're talking about is where that bar rests in your hand. Sometimes we'll see athletes who don't have the mobility. They'll have that loose fingertip grip. Watch her re-grip. That's a full palm grip. Elbows down, bar in the palm of her hands, right in the meat of her thumb, and then she has that strong wrist lockout position for that overhead. I want to see a bit more of that from Justin Medeiros. He had a little bit of a loose grip on that last clean and jerk.
Medeiros is good at 350 and 335.
Much better.
And that is good.
Much better.
And Guimaeros does not need to lift as the North America team
Watch the hand
done.
position. So he has a loose grip. That's to have a good rack position to receive the bar. That re-grip, see? That more palm grip on the barbell Way more stable overhead for Justin Medeiros. Good fix for Medeiros.
385 for Guimayeros, who does not need to make this lift.
Jeez.
I mean,
with all sincerity, what the hell?
Yeah, he is one giant fast twitch muscle.
Oh my goodness.
And with that, World is now up 3-1.
Just gonna let that play out.
I have no notes.
No. People are lifting for weight. Guy's lifting for speed.
The Team World now, after the clean sweep in the ski shootout, they win the max lift portion of the event. And now North America has got to keep this thing from getting out of hand, as it's going to be Grace and Isabel for total time. And we're going to start with Isabel. And the women will go first. So it will be Danielle Brandon and Gracie Walton to kick us off. But before we get to that, let's bring in Bella Martin with Guimayeros.
Now, Guy, we're used to seeing you lift some heavy weight today. You didn't have to lift as heavy. What went through your mind? Why'd you choose that as your final weight tonight?
No, that was heavy. I mean, it wasn't. I was just trying to be humble. No, yeah. So, just doing for the show. I think I hit 385 last year, so I just wanted to match that. I had a rough week this past week, so that was a win. And of course, thank you guys for cheering up. You guys lifted. You guys made me lift that because I was not feeling so good.
Guy, you've had a lot of life changes happen. You're back here at TYR SoCal. How's it feel to be back with the team?
Bro, it's so good. Like the vibe is so good. The environment's so good. So be around so great athletes. It's just a gift. So we're just here for enjoy and give the show for them.
Thanks, Guy. Well done.
Guimayeros, and we're going to move right into Isabel. Danielle Brandon and Grace Walton. This is total time for all the athletes.
Now here's the problem, is that you cannot afford a no rep, and it looked like Danielle Brandon got 2 right off the bat. The weight's light, but that doesn't mean you have to over race. Now the way this is going to work is akin to what we just saw. The previous event was total combined weight for the team, North America versus Team World. This is now total combined time for the team.
Well, Danielle Brandon can keep this pace. She may be able to overtake Walton. She's within a rep.
Yeah, Walton started
to slow down. And now it's tied.
Yep.
And now a no rep for Danielle Brandon.
The problem is that she's pushing the bar forward as she's standing up. And she still might have an opportunity.
And Danielle Brandon is going to smash this. Unbroken.
One more.
She's got one more.
That was a big mistake. Well, I don't want to say big mistake yet. However, if we're talking total time, those 3 seconds could be a big difference towards the end, regardless of what's happening with Grace Walton.
She just did that in under a minute, 59 seconds. Gracie Walton is now in at 112.
And Danielle Brandon just basically did 37 snatches in less than 1 minute.
I mean, that's insane.
That was wild. And I tell you what, I give Danielle Brandon a lot of credit there, because she got hit with 2 no reps at the very beginning and another couple in the middle, and she didn't get phased at all. And that's what you want to see from your teammates. And look on the left side, Danielle Brandon, 2 reps left to go, 1 rep left, and able to do it.
And still goes sub 1 minute, 59 seconds. Gracie Walton's in at 112, so it's a 13-second lead right now for North America. They need this point. And now it's Pat Vellner squaring off against Jay Crouch.
Man, this head-to-head Isabel reminds me of, gosh, I think it was Rob Orlando versus Dave Lipson.
Yeah.
Was that the Rogue Again Faster battle, or was that a Big Sky?
I think that was in Tahoe.
Oh, man, this is some old school stuff right here.
We also closed out the 2012 games with Isabel, didn't it? It was a part of the girls.
Part of the girls, yep. We had Elizabeth, Isabel, and Fran to close things out. Had heavy Isabel program this year at a lot of semifinals for the 2025 season. I think it was every semifinal except 2 had heavy Isabel. And then we had running Isabel at the CrossFit Games this year in Albany. And now we have good old classic Isabel.
Vellner and Crouch. Vellner on the left, Crouch on the right. 30 reps for time. North America right now has a 13-second lead on the world team.
Jay Crouch has so much power in that position, but still Pat Vellner is able to cycle the bar because Vellner's basically going collar to collar and keeping those really wide feet. Usually Vellner, who has very long arms, you wouldn't think is conducive to cycling a barbell like this against someone with the stature of Jay Crouch.
He's got a 2-rep lead on Crouch right now as he's into his final 10 reps.
You see that. Collar, we just mean he's using the entire length of the barbell between the collars as Pat Vellner looking so good right now.
Crouch is trying to close. Crouch is creeping closer, but Vellner's able to hold him off.
52 seconds. Oh, my goodness.
53 officially for Pat Vellner. Crouch comes in at 58, so now it's 18 seconds that separate North America from the world team, and will move into Grace. It's going to be Olivia Kerstetter going up against Amy Kringle as you take another look at the battle between Pat Vellner and Jay Crouch.
I mean, 52 seconds is the fastest Isabel I've ever seen.
Before we start, Grace, let's go down to the competition floor with Bella Martin.
I'm here with Pat. What a performance on that one. What's it like going head-to-head with someone in an event like Isabel?
I was trying not to look him straight in the eyes. 1 minute. Show him my bald spot every time I came down, but I mean, that's fine. You know exactly where you are. You can sort of feel the rep count. You can see if you start to gain or lose a little ground, and I know I saw him kind of switch his style up a bit and feel like you're breaking away, so you know, helps you put the foot on the gas a little bit and keep going, but those ones are hard. You hang on for dear life, you pick a pace, and you just think you can do what you can to hang in there.
Thank you, Pat.
Pat Vellner, that man just did Isabel in 53 seconds and was able to do an interview. "18 seconds between North America and the world team as Olivia Kerstetter goes head-to-head with Amy Kringle. Rep for rep so far on the early portions, 30 reps total. Kerstetter's got a slight lead on Kringle. But 18 seconds, that's the key number here. So if Kerstetter just stays close to Kringle, she'll hand that lead off to Jason Hopper, who's going to go head-to-head with Roman Krennikov.
This muscle clean push press. Wild how fast they're going. For a video of Dan Bailey doing Grace in under a minute. We thought that was absolute insanity. Well, watch what Olivia Kerstetter's doing to this barbell.
Kringle is hanging in there. This is going to be tight. Final 5 reps for Olivia Kerstetter. Trying to add a couple seconds to that lead. And Kerstetter's got it. 1:06 for Kerstetter. Not sure what Kringle was able to log on that, but we do know that the lead will get bigger. It was 18 seconds going into that matchup, so it comes down to Roman Krennikov and Jason Hopper.
And Olivia Kerstetter thought she'd do well here. And listen, with Alexis Raptis being able to do little to nothing in this event, this was a very, very smart move by Team North America just to try to split the points on this back-to-back event.
Roman Krennikov has got his work cut out for him if he wants to bring the win home here.
Yeah, let's just call it what it is. Jason Hopper's arms have to fall off for him to lose this one. However, these are two prideful gentlemen, and I mean that with all respect. And it's mano a mano. Grace is the race. Let's see who's the best at it. There's two guys that are willing to go there, and that is Roman Krennikov and Jason Hopper.
That's a 20-second lead for North America. So as you mentioned, something's going to have to go seriously wrong here for Jason Hopper.
I think they should get closer together.
Oh, no rep for Krennikov right off the bat. So Hopper's got the lead here and off to a really good start.
Look at Hopper's doing, is that he's keeping his knees bent through the middle of the pole. We've seen this before. Travis Williams, back in the day, tried that snake snatch where he basically bent his knees, stand and press through the bar. It's a little bit of the same thing that Jason Hopper's doing. And what that allows him is that, is that the nicest clean in the world? No. But is it the fastest clean and jerk you can do? Yes. Because he keeps his knees bent, so he just has to receive the bar and drive through versus having that double knee bend through the clean.
Well, these two are dead even, and that's all Jason Hopper needs to do right now, as his teammates handed him a 20-second cushion to work with. Final rep for Hopper.
Wow.
And that's it. North America's going to pick up. Oh. North America's going to pick up the point.
You're still losing.
Little friendly trash talk.
Easy, easy.
World team just has to point to the scoreboard.
Yes. Which I think Tia said.
Yeah, probably.
Jumping in. Jason Hopper closing things out like he needed to.
Not quite yet, Jason. Not quite yet. As after day one, it's the world team.
Hey, it's only a point.
3 points. North America started out with that win and then pick one up in the second half of the Oli show. Let's go back down to Bella Martin on the competition floor.
Well, I'm checking in with Team North America. We just went 4-0 in that one. Danielle, what was the strategy for this team and getting through it?
Grip it and rip it. Just go really hard and win.
What does it feel to you as an athlete to come back as a captain again, seeing that your team still has faith in you, TYR has faith in you to do it again?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a privilege to be back here, and it's even more exciting because last year gave me more confidence for this year, and to just bring my experience and give my team confidence and the little knowledge I have.
Well, we have a lot of confidence, Miss Olivia. You were the late add to the team, but definitely a good add for Team North America. You've had quite an afternoon on the floor. What's going through your mind? How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm just excited for the opportunity to be here. It was kind of last minute, but just excited to compete with some of my fellow competitors and have some fun.
Now, it's your first time here at TYR Wodapalooza SoCal. What's it like? What's the environment like? How is it compared to other competitions?
It's really fun. I think it's a little less nerves than individual competition, but still a lot of pressure because when you have a team, they're relying on you, so it's not just on you if you mess up. So yeah, but it's been really fun and amazing opportunity.
Well, ladies, congratulations. Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. I need some of these.
You mentioned that Danielle Brandon might be the key to North America's success here in the entirety of the competition. She delivered on day one.
Absolutely, and she had plenty of opportunities to do what the worry was. Like, oh, are these no reps going to derail her? Is this maybe losing the event where she felt she could have won? And this is what we want to see from a team captain, one, but from Danielle Brandon, two. But the question is the health of this team, with whatever's going on with Alexis Raptis, North America could not afford a misstep, let alone a player that essentially is going to be out for the rest of the competition potentially.
It's a 3-2 lead for the world team heading into day number 2 here at TYR Wodapalooza SoCal in the 2025 TYR Cup. Thanks for being with us this evening, everybody. That was a lot of fun to kick things off here in Huntington Beach. For Bella Martin and Chase Ingram and our entire crew here in Southern California, I'm Sean Woodland. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Our coverage begins at 7:20 Pacific time. See you later, everybody, from TYR Wodapalooza SoCal.